everyone, it's Louis Fernandez with the LRF Group with Berkshire Hathaway, and today I want to briefly talk about the meeting that Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell came out from the central banks, suggesting that they're not planning to raise the interest rates anytime soon, at least for this coming quarter, which is good news because the rates right now currently are close to 7.4% nationwide. And so I wanted to this conversation, I really want to speak with the buyers out there who are been on the fence for a while and they're waiting for the right moment to time the market and hoping that the rates to drop, maybe perhaps get a better deal. I want to take an opportunity for a second here and show you this graph that I think that you might find interesting. This graph shows the correlation that interest rates has with the with property valuation. If you look in the early 1970s, the rates were at 7%, just a little bit lower than what they are currently now. Look at that, the average single-family home. Oh my gosh, only $24,000. Amazing how much appreciation has happened over time. Then you jump only 5 years later, rates jump up to 9.4%, but still property value nationwide continue to rise. You get to 1981, 18.6% interest rates, property value almost doubles at $67,000, single-family home. Check out 1990. Rates did drop from 18% down to 10%, but conversely, what happens? It doesn't really matter much because the property value again doubled once again until you get to 2022, where this graph ends, where the single-family home nationwide at the time was at $429,000. So the point of this graph is that if you're a buyer, if you're waiting for rates to drop, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day to get that good deal, because rates dropping doesn't necessarily it's going to benefit you as long as property value also continues to rise. So this is the problem here that needs to be expressed to and understood for those who are thinking about purchasing but been waiting on the sidelines hoping for a better interest rates to change. Conversely as well, as a buyer, it's important to understand that each time the rates increase by 1 percentage point, your purchasing power is reduced by 10%. So if we think that rates are high now at 7.4%, if the rates should happen to climb in the next year or two to 9 or 9.5%, you damn well would have hoped to have purchased a property at 7.4% today. So I advise any buyer who is able and willing to purchase now. And also we're coming into an election year, which things can be a little bit dicey. If the economy should happen to tank or slow down significantly, it's going to be much more difficult for a borrower to get credit. So I like to deal with the now as opposed to what's going to happen in the next 2 or 3 or 4 months from now. And the other thing to consider too is that as a buyer, the old axiom is marry the property and then you date the interest rate. So when the rates do happen to change or they happen to drop, you can always refinance at that time. The other thing of important that I think it's that you might find interesting is at this same time last year, inventory has increased nationwide by 32%. So we have more than 555,000 homes on the market for sale, which is a good thing. For buyers, it gives them much more option to choose from. However, the average asking price now is at close to $445,000. The property is still appreciating nationwide by it's keeping pace close to maybe 2.5%, and so it's nothing's here. It's crashing at any. It would give us any indication that the property value is going to significantly be reduced. However, sellers are making adjustments. There's more price cuts this week than there were the same week last year, which it's now by 32% of properties out there on the market have had price cuts, which it still falls within a healthy market, because between 30 to 35%, if you have properties that have had price cuts, it's still a healthy market in terms of there's not really a major significant price reduction overall. And once we break over out of that 35% to maybe 36 to 39 to 40%, then that would be a significant indication that there is some serious price reduction happening nationwide. But we're not there yet. We may not even get there. Again, what's driving these forces of appreciation is supply problem. We're short of 4.5 million homes across the country, and it's going to take many years to catch up in terms of construction to be able to satisfy that demand. So I hope this exercise has been helpful. If you have any questions, please don't reach out. Don't hesitate to reach out to us, the LRF Group team. We're licensed not only in Florida, but we're also licensed in New York. And we're also a certified relocation team, so we can assist you in your transfer, no matter where you're coming from across the country, or if you're coming outside of the United States. Keep watching out for us, because we're watching out for you in the best interest of your property. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, all the very best.